Hi, I'm Dr. Scott St. Amour.
And I'm Dr. George Rogu from RBK Pediatrics, primary care when you want it, urgent care when you need it.
And we put this video together for you in anticipation of your 8-year-old's well visit with us this year. It's been an entire year since we saw you. So we're going to spend a little bit of time catching up, everything that's been going on at home, at school, whether there have been any medical issues over the past year, hospitalizations, specialists, anything like that. We want to make sure that we're as up to date as possible. The growth curves, by far the most important thing that we worry about with the kids and that we look at in the office, making sure they're growing and gaining weight appropriately. We'll review developmental milestones, make sure everything's going well, and of course do a nice full physical examination, and then look at whether we need any vaccinations or updates. So the first thing that we like to talk about is promoting the good physical and mental development of the kiddos. What kind of things do you like to recommend for physical activity for the kids?
The physical activity for an 8-year-old, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. They should do at least 1 hour a day of vigorous physical activity. Here on Long Island, most of the children, they tend to join some kind of organized sport, soccer, little league, baseball, basketball, lacrosse. Those are big sports in Long Island. It's great if they can join a team. If they can't join a team, just running around in your backyard is a good idea.
Mm-hmm. At this age, the kiddos are learning how to socialize properly, and the sports are one of the best things for that. It teaches them how to work as a team, teamwork. It teaches them the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. It teaches them discipline, responsibility. It teaches them that if you practice something, you get better at it. All of these are really important life lessons that help make life a lot easier for the kids as they get older. We are huge fans of signing the kids up for organized team sports at this age. Tying into this is the nutrition. What kind of advice do you give for the nutrition?
For 8-year-old children, they tend to enjoy whatever's on the kids' menu at the restaurant, the chicken nuggets, the pizzas, the pastas. Try to avoid that. They should try to eat fruits, vegetables, whole grains, dairy products, and they should try to eat a healthy, balanced diet. Avoid sugary drinks, sugary foods, the juices that makes the children overweight, and it does create damage to the teeth. And something that happens on the 8-year-old children is the portions. They tend to eat a lot because they're growing and burning off a lot of calories, so they need more energy. So they tend to eat a lot. So if a child is eating too much, a larger portion than what they should be doing, there's nothing wrong with holding it back. Don't give them 2 or 3 portions of pasta. The child will become overweight.
That's right. And this is how we use the growth curves in the office to drive our advice on this stuff for you guys.
Right.
So everything is individually tailored to you once we take a look at those curves. And getting the good habits in now is great. It follows the kids the rest of their lives. Another good example of that is the sleep. At this age, we like the kids to get between 9 and 12 hours per night. It's really important to make sure the kiddos are getting to bed at around the same time every night and waking up at around the same time every morning. Keeping that consistency and keeping that routine is great for the kids. Everything. They have better appetites, they behave better, they listen better, they're calmer. It has a lot of benefits.
Yeah, and try not to leave computers and games and gadgets inside their room, because while you may think that the children are sleeping, they're not really sleeping. They're taking their phones underneath the blanket and just playing or watching TikTok or YouTube or whatever is popular this week.
That's right. This is the age for that.
Yep.
Along the same line, safety. Continue to reinforce using the seatbelts in the car, safety everywhere, crossing the street, sharp objects, fire, all of this stuff. These kiddos are old enough to learn and understand this at this age, and they're old enough to understand what you expect of them. So when they're not doing the things that you've told them to do, you have to make sure you get involved with that with them and make sure that they know that. Modifying their behavior, timeouts tend to be effective at this age still. It tends to be the most effective. Like we mentioned, they're sitting on their phones all day long too. The internet can be a very dangerous place for the kids. Make sure you've got all of the adult screens and the content blockers and stuff like that on, and really limit the time they're spending on the internet by themselves.
Yeah.
Reinforce the rules at home for safety, fire safety, emergency plans, calling 911. Make sure the kids understand what to do when they don't know what to do.
And they should also talk to the children about, if they're online so much, about online behavior and online predators and bad people that can ask children to, for personal information or ask them to meet somewhere. That's the worst.
Yeah, the exposure to that stuff is getting earlier and earlier now. It's sad that we have to talk about this with 8-year-olds, to be honest. We still encourage every 6-month dental appointments for the kiddos. Continue to hammer in on them brushing their teeth twice a day, every day, and get those good habits in place.
Right.
As far as the cognitive, the learning, well, what kind of stuff do you like to do for the kids?
Well, I'm big on critical thinking skills, and you gain this by doing puzzles and games and engaging in discussions. They should promote some creativity through like arts and crafts and music and writing and imaginative play. Those are some good things for children. And reading a book or reading a tablet is, a good thing to do too.
Mm-hmm. And at this age too, again, we can expect the kids to do the things that you ask them to do. So giving them their own personal hygiene routines, go brush your teeth and take a shower, wash your hands, brush your hair, all of these things they can do on their own now. So making sure that we're directing them to go and do that stuff and making sure that they're doing it, again, it just keeps those habits in place for the kiddos as they get older.
Yes.
Screen time, our favorite topic of conversation here. Remember, we do not want the kids just mindlessly looking at these tablets and the phones, especially at this age. Get them in educational stuff, interactive stuff where they're going to be learning things. Very important. And especially at night, like Dr. Rogu mentioned before, is these kids can stay up all night long just mindlessly scrolling through this social media and the YouTube and all of this stuff. Really pay attention to how much time they're spending on this and try to limit it for them. Can you talk to us a little bit about the vaccines and the lab work to expect at this age?
Well, at 8 years of age, more than likely, all the vaccines are up to date. If there's something that's missing or if they came from another country and we have to catch them up, we will do that. The flu vaccine, obviously, is a seasonal vaccine, and we highly recommend that the children get the flu vaccine in the fall. If there's no set laboratory tests that need to be performed at this age, unless there's some concern of any medical problems that the child may be having, and a PPD may be required by the school.
Mm-hmm. So that's that for preparing for our 8-year-old visit at RBK Pediatrics. It's going to be another whole year before we see you guys again, but remember, we are always around. We are primary care when you want it, urgent care when you need it. You have our phone numbers. We have doctors on call 24/7. We would much rather you call us with any of your concerns and get the real answer from us than be looking online and try to get them from Google. We're looking forward to seeing you guys when you come on in. We'll see you later.
Thank you.